JEGS.
Nobody beats JEGS.com. Choose from millions of name brand parts and support from experts who know and love cars. 24/7 for life. There's only one place to go. JEGS.com.
Welcome to episode 5 of this 10-part miniseries where Gage Birch and Matt Daddis recap their win at the SFG 500. In this episode, we'll recap round number 5.
At this point, it has elapsed exactly an hour, 1 a.m. on the dot. I believe we roll up against Brad Flord. Kind of not the guy you really ever want to run, first of all. He's got kind of a lot of tools that he uses. He's pretty, I guess, accomplished, if you will. I mean, to say the least. I guess at this point it was one of those things we kind of got to keep going with what we're doing, you know, one round at a time, kind of trust the truck. The weather didn't really move much, 2% in humidity, just 1 degree. So we kind of figured, hey, you know, it's probably going to be really close to the same. Gage and I both agree. When the track starts going away, the truck gets better. Believe it or not.
And faster.
Yeah. So, like, it's kind of like a pro stock in the sense it needs wheel speed. So when the track started going away, it started going faster. Well, this, I think, was kind of the round where we actually saw a little bit of that. It was like 4th out quick to the halfway. Yeah, I mean, it was going low, 651 again. Dialed 52 for Plord, I think, maybe to throw him for a loop that we would be honest or more honest.
Yeah, I mean, definitely can't show the same thing you're doing all day to somebody like that pays attention. So
I think we talked about that you were kind of going to expect a drop from him because he figured we were going way under. But that kind of came into play that we weren't going that far under. So kind of helped out.
Yeah, I mean, it looked a little different down there because he was laid enough on the tree to where he was showing like he was honest. So I was like, oh, maybe he's making a really good run next to me too. And he's not going to stop. And he did.
Gage Birch in full control. Win light Gage Birch, 001. 1 above, rings it up 12 total. Plord 24, drops to be 2 above, no good. Gage Birch, moving on.
So rolling up for this round, you know, me and Matt talked, and it just shows the difference of vehicles we had to run at this point. Running the guy who usually who runs that car in stock limiter sometimes, and lots of different classes, and the gearing was a little different in both of our vehicles. And even though he was dialed 0.2 faster, I think we ran more speed. So even though he was spotting us 1500, that he ended up in front like 60 foot, and it just turned into me chasing him. And me and Matt talked earlier in the run, just make sure, like, if you leave the tree like you have been the last couple rounds, just make sure you light it up above. Don't be under and let him stop or anything like that. So we're rolling down through the track, and he's at like 60 foot. He's real close, like we're almost a dead heat. And I run a little bit more speed, so I knew I was in good shape by then. And started rolling by him and started kicking the gas a little bit, and he stopped, fed me a good bit. But I was pretty confident I was going to be above the dial. Even though the truck was a little bit fast right there, I was still 1 above. So felt like I made a good run and executed pretty good. Could have been better, but 1 light's on, so can't complain.
You were 001.
Yeah, somehow.
With a thou more in from the 002. So probably trying to set on, at this point in the race, trying to tighten it up, maybe, you know, set on 4 or 5, somewhere in there. And then obviously just, you know, one of those deals getting pumped up, you know, 5th round for $500,000. That thing also being only a tenth and a half faster than the truck, out 60 foots it a tenth. So that was also probably a goofy look, kind of when we rolled by the tree. So like by the 330, Plord outruns us somewhere between 1400s to the 330, and there was 1800s or 1700s difference in the dial. So I mean, by 330 he's we've fallen back enough to where it's almost a dead heat at 330, and then the truck makes decent mile an hour, so kind of just rolled from there.